Hello, and welcome back to Love Your Midlife. If you're new here, this is a midlife channel where we're talking about things that are inspirational and motivational and hopefully are going to take us to a new and a better place in our midlife. If you're a subscriber, I'm so glad that you're back here today. I'm glad you joined me. I love spring. I love spring. I have bulbs popping out all over the place and all kinds of things going on in the yard. And I love it when the weather gets a little bit nicer. Where I am, we had a really rough winter. It was cold. It was so cold all the time. The only downside of spring is that we live in an old farmhouse and we always have all of these projects. And as soon as the weather starts breaking, it's like, projects coming out my ears. So what I wanted to talk about today is when we are feeling stressed and overwhelmed. And for me, living in an older house, you can get very overwhelmed pretty much on a regular basis. But I hear it a lot. I hear it from a lot of women that it's so easy to get overwhelmed. And in midlife, we don't have the same progesterone and estrogen. And so our feelings, our emotions can also be sort of off kilter. And that can also make it kind of rough. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is when we are really having a hard time just feeling completely overwhelmed. So maybe you think I need more hours in the day. Why can't I get more done? Why do I have all these projects that are half done? That would be me too. So I wanted to give you some tips, some things that you can do to sort of slow things down a little bit. One thing that's really important is that you keep the big view of what's going on in your life. So many times we get bogged down and overwhelmed by little things. And if we just give it a little bit more time and a little bit more attention, we can realize that, okay, that's just really not that big of a deal because this is really the big picture of what I'm looking at and what I'm trying to accomplish. And that's really important. So step back and take a breath because you're okay. The other tip is accepting things really for what they are and where you are with those things. It's okay to know that you don't have to try to solve everything and do everything. That's kind of a crazy way to live, right? We're not God. We're not the creator of the universe. So break things down a little bit. Just work on one thing at a time. Just let the rest of the stuff go. There's only so much that you can get done in a day. There's only so much that you can get done in a week. So don't let yourself have all these crazy thoughts about all the stuff that you're trying to work on. Just let it go. Just let it go. Like the Disney song. My granddaughters sing that. It's so cute. I think they all know all the words. It's really adorable. Okay, so the other thing is that's really important is wherever you're working and wherever you're doing things, get rid of all of the clutter. One of the reasons that you may feel overwhelmed is if you're working or you're in the kitchen and you've got piles of stuff everywhere and you've got stacks of stuff and you're not feeling organized. That immediately makes me feel overwhelmed. So put things away, take the 5 minutes or the 10 minutes, put some stuff away and get it out of sight. Not everything has to be in sight. If you're sitting at your desk and you have all the stuff on your desk, your brain is absolutely, completely spazzing out, right? It just can't handle it. So just whatever it is that triggers you feeling overwhelmed, think about that. If it's a mess, then take an extra 5 minutes a day and clean that up. If it's an unfinished project that makes you feel overwhelmed, then finish it. That's an easy one, right? figure out a way to finish that before you start something else, if that's what makes you overwhelmed. So just take note to yourself and go, ooh, this is really triggering me. And you can change that. You don't really have to deal with that. The other thing that I didn't used to be into, but I am now, is meditation. So it can really, really be powerful. I was never into meditation before or anything that was woo-woo. I call that kind of stuff kind of woo-woo stuff. So I went through my coaching program and we had meditation. And I said, oh, I'll try it. You know, I'm one of those people, I like to try things. I was amazed at what meditation can do. Slowing down, actually catching your breath, actually visualizing something that may be important to you or maybe something that you need. You might be very surprised. So, and here's the good news. Because I have been leading meditation for some groups, they suggested that I put it on my YouTube channel. So I am going to have mini midlife meditation sessions for you to come to for just a few minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes. If you need to, it's going to be a pit stop where you can come and just take a breath. And I'll talk about that more later, but it will be on the channel shortly. And I really encourage you to try it. I was amazed because I am ADD, I'm kind of hyper, I'm a perfectionist. I'm telling you all these bad things about me. But anyway, I have all these things that I have to deal with. And meditation was like an aha for me because I got to slow down and really get centered with me. The other thing that you might want to consider is, would you enjoy being coached? So it could be by me, it could be by another life coach, but a lot of times if you feel like your life is really a runaway train and really a mess, a coach can be very helpful. They can help you assess what's going on. They can help you get centered. They can help you figure out what you need, help you prioritize, help you be accountable for making these things happen in your life. And it can be very, very helpful. So if you have any interest at all in coaching, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to have a call with you and see whether or not I could help you. You never know. So I hope these tips are helpful for you today, and maybe just try one or try all of them. But there's no reason for us to go around and let things steal from us and from our joy and from our happiness. So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. And I hope when you're feeling triggered, you can try something new and be happy and be joyful. So that's what we all want, right? I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye, loves.